Alrighty, hello everyone. I'm Jason, and I'm going to be showcasing Group 7 submission for the course recommendation tool, um, nicknamed as CourseREC, and we're just going to go through each and every function of this website and some of its features. So the first screen we're going to go through is the main menu, and it's very simple, nothing really too fancy. We have the navigation bar, the banner, and some step-by-step instructions on what this application will do, or what this website will do, and that's really about it. So we're going to move on to the login. But before we do login, I just wanted to showcase that the recommendation and user interests are locked, and you'll be redirected to the UTS login if you try to access it before signing in. So if you don't have a UTS login and you can't sign in, you won't be able to use the website. Alright, so I'm going to sign in with a different credential, and then strong underscore password, exclamation mark. Just before I do sign in, I'm going to give the wrong credentials, and then I'll showcase how the system will detect that it is an invalid UTS ID and password, and then it'll won't allow you into the website. So let's just make this correct. So once you're in, you'll be given the welcome screen or the welcome user page, and it'll display your name, your UTS ID, the degree ID that you're doing, and at the bottom it's going to showcase the course that you're completing and the degree ID. So this is going to be generated for each student when they join into the CourseREC system, and it'll be different for each person. So I'm just going to sign out really quickly and then log back in to my credentials. So yep, so I'm just going to use my account for now. So we're going to continue on. Alright, now this is the user interests. This is pretty much the questionnaire of our page, and when you begin the questionnaire, you should be given a prompt with all of the different questions that is needed for the algorithm to process it into the recommendation for the student. So the first question will be what kind of assessment types do you enjoy? You'll just pick the ones that you do enjoy. So I'm just going to imagine that I enjoy demonstrations, exercises. I like to present. Let's see, I like laboratories, I like exams, quizzes, portfolios, and case studies. And then the next question will ask you if you enjoy working in a group. Yes, I do enjoy working in a group, so I'm just going to select that. And then this is the part where the algorithm primarily calculates which recommendation to provide, and it's going to give you a bunch of keywords that you're going to drag and drop to the bottom of the screen. So I'm going to pick out a subject, or I'm going to try to get subjects that probably relate to software engineering and anything computers. So I'm going to look for any computer words. I don't see any. 4G, I like 4G. Management of information security. I'll pick circuits. No, that's not really computers. Security analytics, information networks, telecommunication. That thing, and then I'll pick a random one that will be completely unrelated to the computer subjects. So I'll pick Indigenous Australia and Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities. This should mix up the results at the end. So once this is done, which shouldn't take too long, you just submit the interests, and then it'll process it for you and then redirect you to the recommendation page, where you can now see all of the different subjects that it recommends. So you can see here, since I picked a lot of computer-related subjects, it's going to give me computer-related stuff. And then just like the outlier, which was the Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander subject, it also provides it to me here, but in a lower priority. So if there's any outliers, it's going to give me less priority on the recommended subject. So once you do reach this page, you can see the completed subjects that the person has finished. So I've already finished mathematics modeling, physics modeling, engineering communications, and so on, so on. And then at the recommendation subjects, it shouldn't recommend anything that you've already completed. So you don't double up on the subjects that you've already done. So once the student has reached this page, they can pretty much pick out which subjects they want, and then they can look at the handbook for it. So I'm going to look at the Internet of Things. It's going to open up the handbook for the Internet of Things, and then I can read through it. And this goes on for each and every one of them. So network fundamentals, I can read that. Aboriginal Sydney now. The handbook doesn't work. If the handbook doesn't work, that's unfortunately that's out of our reach, and that's more of a UTS related issue. So yeah. All right. So just before we finish up, I'm going to showcase the additional things that we've added. So just in case the user wasn't too satisfied with the recommendations, they can also look at the faculties list if they do want to change faculties, and they can look at the course lists too, which this is where we got majority of the recommended subjects for this application. And then the last one was just a UTS Canvas, which takes you to Canvas, but that's about it. Just a few frequently asked questions, and that is that how do I sign up for this, or how do I register for CourseREC? Unfortunately, you need to be a UTS student and utilize your UTS student ID and UTS password to actually use it. So if you aren't with UTS, then you can't use this, unfortunately. Finally, if you ever forget your password, since this is going to be directly linked to the UTS database, you're going to have to go through the forget your password instruction set that's provided by UTS, because we don't provide any of the credential and password management things. So yeah, that's all that we have for CourseREC. And yeah, that should be it. Thank you very much, and have a good one.